Hi, welcome to PippoFlash.com. What we are seeing here is the Poken Timeline. Poken is a fantastic device which allows you to keep in touch with your friends and always have updated information about their social networks. This timeline is a visual representation of all the people I got in touch with through my Poken in time. As you can see, the division is time-based. So what can I do? I can scroll left and right, and I will see that my contacts appear slowly and their data and their photos are loaded just when they're visible on the viewport to save bandwidth. Oh, this timeline is very engineered, very optimized because it doesn't have to be too heavy on data transfer, and on processor, since the page where it's hosted is very processor intensive. So there is a very complex rendering logic underlying. So what can I do? I can see all my friends' networks. If there are too many, I can scroll left and right. And at Poken, they can add and remove networks because it's all configurable in configuration files, externally configured files. And these networks icons, they are externally loaded PNGs, so they can add and remove. I can also read my friends' tweets. If they are fresh, they will be visible. If they are older than a few days, I have to roll over in order to see them. So what can I do? I can zoom and see my friend's detail. I still have all the networks visible here, and here I have a little bit more of information that my friends want to share with me. Here again I have all his special social networks. There's also many more, but they're not visible at the moment. The timeline supports a very complex library, and it behaves in a very smart way to save time and bandwidth. It also has a language recognition system that if the fonts are not visible, like in this case it's Japanese, it will revert to system fonts. This is my proprietary system to have every kind of font always visible. If characters are not embedded, I can use external characters. So this is the timeline. Get a Poken, go on www.poken.com, register your device and have fun pokening people. And using my timeline, you can zoom, scroll in and out. I'm using the mouse now, but if your computer supports gestures, you can also zoom in and out with fingers. Thank you very much. Another feature I want to show you of the timeline is the resizing ability. Here we are in the Flash environment, and I'm going to export a working copy of the timeline. Of course, this is my work environment, so icons are test icons and graphics are not loaded since I'm not logged in. But I'm going to show you how I can resize dynamically. This is the timeline. It works like it used to work before. As I told you before, graphics are not loaded, and I have all my beautiful test networks. What happens when I resize it? Since it has to work on so many different environments, it needs to dynamically resize itself. All the positions are re-rendered, arrays are re-rendered, there isn't any waste of memory, anything, and it's instant. Instantaneously, all the signs are re-rendered, all the positioning structure, everything. I can also change the time span I want my Poken working. Since I'm a new Poken user, I don't have a lot of years of contacts, but many people, they can have a long history of contacts and they can span through them in this way. So this is the resizing feature. All my projects incorporate a centralized resizing logic. Thank you very much.